Good morning everyone, I'm here on my patio this morning. I was just going to take a look at my bog planter. So this is the first time I've really had a look at it since sort of winter. So I'm going to do a bit of tidying up, cut back some of the actual old Saracene things, the pictures, and just generally give it a bit of a tidy up so it's ready for sort of spring and summer. Now as you can see already, we've got quite a nice bit of growth on the Saracenas. So we've got some lovely flowers there on Mori. It actually rained overnight, so they've got quite a lot of water on the petals. So there's some really nice flowers there. And we've got some nice growth coming on Saracenas here. And a nice bit on my Mori here. And our Ophelia has got some nice traps coming up as well. So all in all, I think it's done quite well this year. The Venus flytraps are coming back nicely. I mean, they all died off really quite a lot over the winter, sort of blackened and died back, but now they're really starting to produce some their flower spikes and some lovely actual trap growth here. That'll be really nice. They've really sort of bulked out and filled out over last year and are now beginning to really produce some nice traps. They need a bit of tidy up, so we got a lot of dead leaves, a lot of other stuff buried inside here which I'm going to try and get rid of. And also I'm going to look out for, I think we've got one there, green fly, which are a bit of a pain for both the Venus flytraps and the pitcher plants at this sort of time of year, because they can easily sort of get onto the pitchers and cause a lot of distortion. So there's my little purpurea. She's doing really nicely. She's obviously enjoyed it out here. It's more her sort of conditions. The sundews, which died back completely and sort of almost rotted off, they're actually now coming back. So this is the aloe, and over here is the fairly standard Drosophila capensis. So that's nice, these roots shooting out back from the roots. So that'll be back up into full growth fairly shortly. I mean, it's spread out really nicely, then multiple growing points. That'll be really good. I think I've just spotted one of the things that we have to be a bit careful of out here now. Zoom in a little. There, but not particularly well in focus, is one of the banes of carnivorous plants. Although they might eat insects, they also get got by greenfly, so I'll be squashing that in a moment. So the other things I'm going to do, I'm actually going to, and I've always started on this one a bit, I'm going to pull back a bit more of the moss from around the rhizomes. So actually, this shows a bit more on Githatic sopa here, get around the back somewhere. As you can see in there, try and get some of the traps out of the way. The moss is starting to actually cover up the rhizome a bit, and I don't really want that. So I'm going to pull back a bit the moss, and as well around Ophelia, I'm going to pull back a bit of the moss there. Ophelia tends to have her rhizome actually quite buried in the ground, so I don't think it should be too much of a problem for her. But quite a few of the other carnivorous plants, the pitchers, seem to prefer to have their rhizome sort of semi-buried. So I'm going to sort of drag back the moss that is sort of trying to go over the top of it, just give it a bit more space, a bit more room, and just make sure that we don't get sort of rot setting in. So I'm going to do that, and I'll just show you the results. Back in a bit. Well, that's the tidy up complete. I've taken a lot of the dead out, taken a lot of the old pictures out. I've cut a lot of them down to a lot more than I would normally and take them out. I like to, as I said before in other videos, I actually like to keep as much of the green on the pictures as I can until the actual plant has reclaimed all the nutrients. But sometimes it's actually useful just to remove them back to either to the base, or just cut them down quite a long way, or even tear them actually off at the base, especially if they are sort of producing too dense a base, so there's not enough airflow and things like that, or they're cutting across other plants. So that's cut them down quite considerably. This one's now looking a lot better. I've tidied up the Venus flytraps a bit. They're still looking very nice. There was a few bits of my little purpurea here. There was a couple of little bits at the front here that actually were there were growing points that had actually sort of shrivelled up. I don't know why. So I've removed those and I've popped one of them into some compost. It did actually have a root, so maybe it just got broken off or something. There are a few of the Soper pitchers here that have been a little bit got by greenfly, and I found a few more greenfly, so I've squashed those. But yeah, it's all looking quite nice now. There's the, like I say, the Sundews coming back now, and this one's coming back quite nicely. And they've got now a bit more space to actually grow. At some point, I'm probably going to have to do something about Soper. It's growing quite a lot into this pitcher's sort of area, so I might have to take a bit of a cutting off that and remove it from the actual pot. That really has expanded massively in this pot over the summer last year. A lot more than Orophilia, or even actually Mori at the back there. And this one's doing alright, so that one's just some nice growth up there. So yeah, that's it all tidied up. It looks a little bit bare now, but it will fill out again. I mean, they did start to encroach quite a bit, so you know, let's see how it goes this year. I might need to do a bit of adjustment. I've perhaps got this picture a little bit close to the other one, but yeah, it's done quite nicely, and we'll see how it does this coming year. So hopefully it'll look really nice. I have noticed there are a few ants crawling around on the traps. In themselves, they won't actually do any considerable damage to the plants, but they sometimes can cultivate greenfly or aphids. They seem to have a symbiotic relationship with them. They sort of defend them, and then they get sort of nectar from them. So you just need to be a bit careful, especially anything which encourages aphids or greenfly on your pitcher plants. That there is one flying aphid there now, which I'm going to squash. So there we go. That's the tidy up of the bog garden. So hopefully it'll start to grow and fill out nicely and look really nice again this year. I mean, it's already looking nice because of the flowers from Mori, that is. But hopefully once Soper comes out, and maybe hopefully even a couple from Orophilia on the left there, and there's even one off little purpurea at the front there, it'll look really nice and spectacular. Thanks for watching. Leave any comments and like it if you want to see more content.